Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another video. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well. I'm going to jump right into some Divine Masculine messages. Let's see what your Divine Masculine wants you to know at this time. Maybe you guys are attracted to the title for whatever reason. It resonates already. Okay. I don't know if I'll do it in groups yet. We'll see what flies out of the deck. I just did a Patreon reading. It was pretty good too. I was enjoying it as I was recording it. I was like, wow, this is really good insight. Yeah, I think we'll do it in groups, guys, because I have 4 cards that came out, and then we'll use the Light Seers deck to clarify. I find the images on here so beautiful. They like really mix well with the messages on the cards. Okay, so let's dive in. Group 1. Your masculine wants you to know that they respect you a lot and that you're the only one who has put them in their place. Okay, so a masculine in deep self-reflection right now. You guys may be in communication, maybe you're not. It may be something that they are learning as a life lesson, okay? I feel that you command respect, Divine Feminine, and you've really humbled your masculine. And one thing that they want you to know about the way that you command respect is that you've taught them a great deal about how to carry themselves. I think that maybe they were a little bit rough around the edges. They had maybe a bit of a temper on them, talk to people any kind of way they want to talk to them. Maybe it would affect them at work, but they were too maybe hyped up or ignorant to see that. I think after dealing with you, Divine Feminine, coming across your energy, having intimate conversations with each other, really getting to know each other and bond, it's like you've humbled them in so many ways. I even am getting the message that like maybe you guys are different races, and it's like your masculine never thought in their wildest dreams that you two would cross paths. And it's made them so much more like grounded and so much more self-aware. Maybe they had this way of like being very entitled or looking down on others. And again, this was affecting them at work without them really even realizing it or seeing it. And I think that this is a masculine who, like in their daily life now, they're just a different person. And there's many eyes on you and your connection as well, where people notice this change in your Divine Masculine. And, people may be saying to themselves like, there's something different about him. Like he seems so much more mature. Certain things like that. Okay. Let's get a message from the Light Seers deck as well. How do they see you, Divine Feminine? What's the energy behind the way they see the feminine? Yeah, so that you guys have definitely like bonded in conversation. Again, you may be very different from one another, but it's like when you guys talk, it's like your bodies don't exist. It's like your souls are like intertwined, just connecting with each other in deep conversation. I think too, like you bring out the real masculine. I think that maybe throughout life, your masculine has maybe had a lot of experiences where they're taught to be like the tough guy and like to be like a jerk or an asshole in some way. But deep down inside, like I feel like the reason they mesh with you is like the real them is like, this lover, this and the lovers too is about duality. Like it's opposites literally attracting because it's the opposites in two people that is so beautiful. If it's like that energy of like if everyone was the same, the world would be a boring place. It's like the epitome of that energy. It's like what makes you two so attracted to each other is your differences. Okay, and never in their wildest dreams, like growing up, did they think that they would fall in love with someone's energy or like fall in love with someone's soul. Okay, this is a masculine that loves your energy, Divine Feminine. Okay, they feel the 10 of Cups with you as well, or they could see themselves having like that happy home life. Again, with them being a little bit rough around the edges, they may think that they would have always been single their whole life, or they didn't have time for relationships, marriage, family, all of that stuff. But like with you, it's like they can't help but go there. Their mind can't help but go there. They want it all with you and they see it all with you. And that has to do with, I think, starting at the basics here, which is they really, really respect you. And I think that you've been the only one to really get through to this masculine. I'm seeing like someone who's very like hard-headed or And like when they look at you and when they think of you, it's like they can't be those things. They literally cannot be those things. Okay? And we also have the Queen of Cups. Okay? So they respect you because I feel like you're very kind, you're compassionate, like you speak with a lot of integrity and grace and dignity, and like you may be like very loving, but it's like it's for a good cause, and you might be very passionate when you speak, which is why you tend to put your masculine in their place, because for you it may be just about respect, like, you know, a mutual respect for one another. And I think that there may have been times in conversation where this divine feminine was like, you know, how dare you speak to me this way? Like, how dare you speak to any woman this way? Like, that's kind of how you might have moved in conversation. But you're also like very like free at heart. Animals are very attracted to you. You're very kind with children. You might have like this very youthful spirit, no matter how old you are. It's like you smile at the sunrise, or like you can't help but point out, like, you know, a beautiful flower or a cute dog or a cute baby. Like you're in love with life, and that is what's so gorgeous about your spirit. Okay, so yeah, group 1, that was a very beautiful message to come through. Okay, let's dive into group 2's message. If you're attracted to the number 2, you always pick group 2. Yeah, let's go ahead and find out here. Okay, so don't believe things on Instagram, okay? I'm so over the social media thing, guys. Oh, geez. It's like, oh, I'm so over it. So over it. Okay, let's go ahead and pull a card first, because let's find out what's happening in the social media world. Also, too, like, I feel like when I said I'm so over, like, the social media thing, another, like, message I guess I got was that like the karmics in this situation, like, I feel are maybe like the ones to maybe create illusions on your journey with this person. You might have an intense connection with this person. You two backed away from each other because you're both in other relationships, you know, whatever the case may be, but it's like the connection won't die between you two. And you might be keeping your distance from this person right now because of things that you may be seeing on social media, Instagram, Facebook, whatever the case is. You know, like Facebook stories, all of that good stuff. I feel like it's coming off as just like very fake, like just trying to get attention, or always having a motive behind someone like seeing your post. It's like maybe your masculine's confirming your intuition, where a lot of you kind of already feel this and you know it, because the thing with the divine feminine is that a lot of you are intuitive and very twin-tuitive with your twin and their life and like their feelings, and even like the people they are surrounded by. A lot of you guys can feel out these people. You know, you may not like that you're able to do that, but it's just there. Like, it just kind of comes with the package of you know, diving into this spiritual journey. But you know, I think that many of you already know, and you can sense it energetically, but also too, like, I think that a lot of the karmics are getting tired. Like, they feel your energy too, where you're just not bothered by social media. Many of you may be not even on social media, which is why it's kind of getting stale and tired for a lot of the karmic partners. And another message too that I'm getting is that a lot of you have, like, you know the truth about your masculine situation with their karmic partner. And I'm getting that a lot of you can sense, like, there will be like very happy times and it's posted all over social media, and then it's like a month later, deleted posts and, like, you know, all of that stuff happening where it's like, after laughter's come cry, you know. I feel too like a lot of feminines know that your masculines kind of have to get through their karmic cycles, and it's always going to be like this kind of crash and burn thing. But that might be like, you guys can see the drama happening, but you kind of like look the other way. You know, you might be tempted to peek at times, but it's like, even the moments that you do peek, it's like you kind of already foresaw those types of things happening. So I think the feminines are good with that. Let's see how your divine masculines view you right now, divine feminine. Okay, so they see you as unbothered, surrounded by a lot of comfort. Many of you might be experiencing a lot of abundance in the sense where, like, your manifestations are coming through. Like, I feel like you guys can't be bothered with stuff like this because you're working on bigger things in the background. This may be like spiritual work as well that you may be doing, Divine Feminine, and it's making you feel very abundant. Like, I think that many of you are getting the hang of manifesting right now, and that's why a lot of these illusions don't bother you. A lot of the things too that you were seeing on Instagram, maybe like fancy trips and going places, now a lot of you are doing those things for yourself. Now a lot of you can have those things very easily for yourself in a matter of like a few clicks on your phone. You know, a lot of you can make these things happen for yourselves, and you can really kind of see through what's been going on, and it's giving you like this, like, I don't want to be a part of it. I would rather just focus on myself, my abundance. I'm hearing develop my spiritual gifts, okay? A lot of you might be moving on to bigger things to manifest as well. So you've seen your smaller manifestations come through or come true. I don't know if it's come through or come true, but I feel like that, whatever's going on here, many of you don't even care. You're unbothered. It's like you don't even heed this warning. You're just like, I don't even care. I couldn't be bothered with that at this time. I think too, many of the Divine Feminines are, okay, so let's say there are things posted on Instagram. I'm just saying that because I'm looking at the look on her face, the way she's kind of turned to the side there. Many of you may be like, I don't know, feeling like, okay, I don't know I don't want to say the word, so I'm just going to like do the action. But many of you, when you do see your counterpart interacting on Instagram and things like that, like you can feel the vibe of the connection, and that it may be very like fake, or you might be like, ugh, like that feeling like, oh God, like you just know that it's just a bunch of like people wearing masks or people living behind a lie. And this is because many of you have had the necessary conversations that you've had with your divine masculines in terms of like these karmic situations, and if things were okay there, then why are they interacting with you? And they've divulged some truth in that area. So when many of you are seeing things, it's like, don't believe it. Of course I don't believe it. Of course I don't believe it one bit. Are you forgetting some of the conversations that we've had as to why it is you're interacting with me away from this person? So, I feel like there's masculines listening. It could be like a really triggering message. But let's go ahead and get a couple more cards here on how the divine masculines see the feminines. We have our King of Swords. Okay, so they're having to be strong, divine feminine, because you really don't care. The King of Swords has to pull out their sword and cut ties with this type of energy. And that's why I was saying you guys are just like, bleh, like you can't even imagine being or interacting with your masculine while they're in this vibration. And it's like, you know, I feel for them, this is maybe more of what you may be mirroring, divine feminine. And it's interesting because I did a reading on Patreon where the Queen of Swords card came up. And it's like now how they see you with all of this kind of silly drama is, yeah, really like the King of Swords. You might be assertive, like you might show that it's like, listen, I have bigger fish to fry here. I know how to manifest shit. Like I have more things or better things to worry about. But at the same time, it's like you may think about your masculine from time to time. It's like, look at the look on his face suggests that it's like, you know, they have the energy to do what it takes. They have the assertiveness. They have their weapon in hand. They have all the spiritual messengers they need. They're not afraid to be in solitude or to be alone. You know, I think like that may be like the vibe that you're sending off towards your masculine. And you know, you may be setting an example for them. It's like they want to be that way too. You might have cut off yourself from a lot of social media sites. And, you know, again, what you guys are doing from moving away from these kinds of illusions, that wastes your time either way. It kind of drains your energy. Many of you are spending time in solitude, spending time being away from the world, so to speak. And you are delving into everything that makes you feel good. Okay, and all this masculine can do is kind of maybe just sit back and I'm hearing like soak in the boredom that they feel in their current relationships, because they're starting to kind of see the silliness of it all as well, with like the posting and not being able to just like enjoy a romantic dinner without like a phone coming out just so you could post it to Instagram. Like a lot of them are really becoming, kind of like disgusted by it as well. And they can kind of like see and feel your energy about it too. Okay, so that's for those of you in group 2. Let's move to group 3. Okay, so when I try to get my finances right, my partner interferes. Okay, so a lot of karmic energy coming through here as well. I think this card came out previously, either in a YouTube reading or a reading on Patreon, but let's see what this masculine needs to know. Okay, so we have the 4 of Wands. Okay, so they definitely have to start creating more stability for themselves, more foundation for themselves, a place of their own, a home of their own, because I think that these cycles, they're always going to continue. Like they need to get away from this person and start collaborating with people that make them feel passionate, make them feel stable. I feel too that a lot of them with the 4 of Wands, they know that they might need to like quit their jobs, or they might even work with their karmic partner. And that could be like a sort of like area that the karmic tends to sabotage in. They need to delve more into their passions as well to create stability, because the 4 for me is like just creating that basic foundation that no one can really get through, no one can really penetrate. It's all yours. It doesn't belong to you and somebody else. It's just yours. And then, the area of Wands talks about passion. So I feel that many of your masculines need to find ways or find outlets on the side to kind of bring in money on their own, where they don't rely on a boss or an institution to make money. It's like using your creativity to make money. A lot of your masculines are very highly capable of this. And sometimes I feel that a lot of them have like deep rooted creative passions. I feel like every divine masculine on the twin flame journey is going to have some sort of creative endeavor that they know how to like make something out of nothing. It's the same energy as the divine feminine. Okay, so if a lot of them are feeling like their karmic partners are interfering, they're being guided to start building for themselves. Like delete the joint account, first of all, that you might have with this person. Start putting your money in your own bank account and start spending money the way that you may need to. I know a lot of you might be saying, why don't they just leave this person, right? Sometimes it's not that easy when there's children involved, or if you have to pay spousal support, for example. There's a lot that's going on behind the scenes with this masculine, because this is a really heavy message and energy. Like it brings up so much that I think many of you might have even gone through, like in your own experiences, right? A lot of you know how financially messy it can be when your twin flame walks into your life, and now all of a sudden you're dealing with divorce, separation, like manipulation, control. A lot of these things are happening in your masculine's life right now, and the universe is guiding them to collaborate with people who can help them at this time in order to create that foundation that they need. Okay, because if the karmic is interfering, there's most likely a lot of manipulation going on behind the scenes, and your masculine needs to align with people that they can trust. Okay, how do they see the divine feminine at this time? Why did they want you to know this message? Okay, we have the 4 of Cups coming out as well. Okay, and that tells me that it's like they think that you're probably waiting, divine feminine. Maybe waiting on them somehow, maybe feeling like things are never going to change, or no matter how many times they try to come forward or try to communicate with you, it's like the elephant in the room, which is like, you need to be out of that situation, but they're trying to tell you that getting out of that situation, it's like it's causing havoc in like their actual lives in order to make that move. Okay, and they don't want you to feel like they're not there, or the love isn't there, or they'll never come, because they want you to see the experiences that you guys have already had so far, and the exchanges that you guys have already had. Maybe this is a divine feminine who kind of feels like you've wasted your time waiting on this divine masculine, or it's never gonna come about, but their energy keeps returning, right? They want you to know that it's like they want to be there, but when it comes to finances, like just basic survival, they're meeting a lot of obstacles here, okay? A lot of blocks. Okay, they see you as free too, divine feminine, kind of free to do your own thing. It might be really triggering because they see you as just kind of wanting to walk away and go on an adventure, take a risk of your own, maybe walk away from this because you're tired of kind of hanging around in that 4 cups energy. And you're ready for a change. You're ready to do something that's passionate, maybe meet someone else if the universe allows it. And you never thought you'd hear yourself say that, but we have the moon card that's bringing out what's hidden. I feel like this divine feminine, like you're human. When you feel like you're in a place of just wanting something new, but at the same time you kind of feel tied to your masculine, just manifest by telling the universe that you want what's like in the highest good for you. And believe me, what's meant for you, it's not going to escape you, okay? I promise you that. Okay, and I feel too like the moon brings up like secrets, okay? And a lot of you, you're kind of like, wait a second, like you promised me this, you promised me that, you said we would be together, you said that you were leaving, and it's like they did, believe me, they did try, but the big secret here, and something that they may not be willing to admit, and it kind of drowns them sometimes, is that they're not completely in control when it comes to the finances in their life. They have somebody else that's tampering with it, and it's just not easy to walk away when it comes to your survival, okay? Having like kids that depend on you, and now all of a sudden maybe having like a karmic partner depend on you as well, and now they're having to kind of have that battle where it's like they feel in debt to someone, okay? And the energy is very heavy here with the moon that's coming through. So your masculines definitely have some things to work through, and I think that if many of you are feeling like it's never going to manifest, the universe has plans for you, okay? So allow your masculines to kind of go through their cycles, close it out. They have what it takes. They wouldn't be on this twin flame journey if they didn't. Some nights are just more slow moving in the deck. But they'll get through it, divine feminine, because the moon tells me like what is uncovered, it will always, come up to the surface. It's almost like the image of her drowning right now, and it's like whatever's hidden, it'll always kind of surface back up. Like the truth will always be told. And a lot of your masculines are having that battle right now. Okay, a lot is coming up about the karmic partner since they met you, divine feminine. A lot. Okay, and I feel like it has nothing to do with this divine feminine. This masculine is seeing the karmic person for who and what they are, and it has nothing to do with their relationship with the divine feminine. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull the last group. Okay, so I stay away because I'm afraid of this connection, and then I have kids hashtag. So this is definitely a message for those of you in this group that I just spoke of, who like if things are kind of like tight right now, and in your eyes, divine feminine, it's like you feel like it should be easy. It's really not. Like there's a lot of like manipulation and emotions involved here with the moon card. Okay, and they stay away because I'm afraid of this connection. Okay, and another message too I'm getting with the kids is that you might have kids, divine feminine, or like your divine masculine feels that by being with you or being in your presence, like it brings about a different side of them, and they're scared of it. Like they're not ready to like face it or be with it right now, because we have the Fool card, and you certainly take them on this new adventure, this new way of being, very kind of carefree, not caring what other people think. And they might be in this place for some time, just kind of wanting to fall in the water there, let their emotions take over, be with this divine feminine. But then the Devil card ends up coming through. And I think that those are the thoughts in their head, that it's like, what am I getting myself into? It's like a roller coaster ride that they're on sometimes, because they go from really wanting to fall deep in love with you with the Fool card here to all of a sudden feeling intense negative emotions, doubts. This could be other people whispering into their ear as well about the connection, because you may have kids, divine feminine. And it's something that your masculine, I feel like they never thought that they wanted for themselves. Like they might be like a bachelor and you might be married with kids. And it's like, how the hell did me and this person fall in love? Like we're obviously not a good match here, but it's like the universe is telling you something else. And it's like your masculines can't help but, be drawn to you. But if many of you are wondering why the push and pull is happening, it may be obvious, right? Like, especially with them having to, understand and realize that the only person they see themselves with or they want to build with or spend their life with already belongs to somebody else, already has a family with somebody else, and I feel like they are being guided to at times walk away, but it's like the passion between you two is just way too much. I think for this pile, I'm gonna draw a card from the Romance Angel Oracle deck. How does this masculine truly feel? Okay, so there is a lot of attraction, and we have the honeymoon card coming up, okay? Now, the interesting thing about honeymoons is that only two people can go on a honeymoon, right? Like, it's usually a husband and a wife. A lot of your masculines may feel like because kids are a part of this connection that, they're never going to get to have you all to themselves. That's part of that devil energy, right? Is that you belong to somebody else. Is that they'll never get to honeymoon with you. You're already honeymooning with somebody else. But they're still very much attracted to you. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. The attraction between you two, when you just let yourself be, I feel like your inner truth, your authentic truth is that you want each other despite the differences between you two. But it's a lot for this masculine to deal with. They stay away because of fear, not because they don't love you, not because they're not attracted to you, not because it's, it's literally fear of like, am I going to be able to take on all of this? I feel like many divine feminines will eventually demonstrate and show this divine masculine that it's like, I don't need you to take care of my kids. Like, I would need you to be a good person and to be graceful and act with, grace and be someone that they can be around and hopefully look up to. But I don't need you to take care of my children. And I feel like maybe the devil energy is making your masculine kind of get ahead of themselves, and there's a lot that's being whispered to them about the connection and having it be so deep, and maybe they'll have to like take care of you, or maybe other people are kind of filling their heads with the kind of cliches of meeting a woman with children, right? Or being married, like, lusting or longing or wanting to be with a married woman. They might be telling him that's exactly what it is. You're just lusting after her because she's a married woman. You might want what you can't have. Okay, and that's why they're dealing with this energy. But when you two are together, it's a different story. You make them want to fall in that water and just see what happens, divine feminine. So I guess time will tell. In this case, time will tell as to what this masculine is eventually going to do. All right, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Check me out on Patreon if you want to connect one-on-one. I do offer personal readings periodically. The wait time is a little bit off right now, guys, because there's just a lot on my plate. But if you don't mind waiting the 2-week period, then yeah, I can definitely get a personal reading to you. Check me out on Wizio.com or email me, whatever you guys are guided to do. Otherwise, I'll catch you in the next reading. All right, take care, guys. Bye.